What is going on, guys? Bruin Steel here. Welcome back to another WWE broadcast. I'm your host, Bruin Steel, and I'm joined by Canadian Yorker. And today we are recapping and reacting, sharing our thoughts of this Crown Jewel 2024 pay-per-view, which took place this past Saturday. Canadian Yorker, how's it going tonight?
It's going pretty well. Can't complain. It's been a long day, but glad to be
All right, so Crown Jewel, it
here
was an awesome
and,
show.
just to be talking about
And
that.
yeah, so what were you saying? Sorry.
Yeah, it was really good. It was some things that I didn't expect that would be happening first, but I mean, it was a pretty good show. Not gonna
All
lie.
right, so let's start off with the match to match. Each match. So surprisingly, I thought this was the main event, but it made sense that they had the other one as the main event match. But we got Roman Reigns and the Usos versus the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga. So this was the opening. Excuse me. This was the opening match. Um, so basically, the Usos, they worked really well as a unit early of the match, but there was some tension. Obviously, I said there was going to be some tension between Jay and Reigns. Reigns asked Jay to tag him, and only for Jay to stare at him and instead tagging Jimmy. So there's tension still between Jay and Roman. Um, the big of Discord allowed the Bloodline to briefly take over the match by isolating Jimmy. Comeback attempts from the Usos were cut off by more stretches of the Bloodline dominance while keeping Reigns from entering the match. Jay finally was able to make a hot tag to Reigns, who immediately begins trading shots with Solo Sikoa. So Solo eventually hits Reigns with a Samoan spike, but Jay was able to break the pin, setting up Reigns for a Superman punch before the other Bloodline members cut off the attack, with Jacob Fatu hitting a flurry of moves on Reigns to set up Solo Sikoa hitting a pair of Samoan spikes to score the pitfall. So yeah, so the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga defeat Roman Reigns and the Usos. And people are saying, oh, what an upset. And I think I called it myself. I said Solo's going to pin Roman. And what do you know? That happened. But what was interesting is what happened after the match. After the match, the Bloodline continued to attack Reigns, taking out both Usos as they attempt to make the save. Um, but then Sami Zayn's music hits as the Bloodline had a chair wrapped around Jay's head. After some tension over which side Zayn would side with, he hit an exploder suplex on Solo, and the Usos helped clear the ring, leaving Solo alone and trapped between all four before Solo Sikoa ducked a Zayn kick that instead hit Reigns. So Sami Zayn tried to kick Solo, but Solo moved out of the way, hitting Reigns instead. The match was it was great. It was a great match. And they actually teased a Sami Zayn reunion. I feel like they still need to work things out if Sami Zayn is going to join the OG Bloodline. But the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga get the victory over Roman Reigns and the Usos. So I was right on this one. Let's go, and I called it. So Canadian Yorker, what are your thoughts on this match?
Um, I will say that um, you know the Usos and Roman Reigns, they had the chance to win this match, obviously, um, but they were outmanned and outgunned, and obviously, I would say Tama Tonga and Tangaloa, they don't have the same intensity. They don't have the same teamwork as the Usos do. Um, Obviously, there's still some sort of uh, missing chemistry between the Usos because they lost it because now they're on opposite fronts. Um, Jimmy, I think Jimmy and Jay still have to work out some of the issues in order to get if they were to return to being a tag team champions, there would be issues for them. But I mean, it's a great pickup win. It's a win. A win is a win for the new bloodline. For Roman Reigns and the Usos, it's a loss for them. And I was expecting them to win because because they've been so dominant for the past 4 years. They know how to work together in a tag team scenario like that. But then for them to lose, it also was because partly, because of they don't have Jacob. They don't have someone like Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu has been a huge X factor for the new bloodline, and he's just been so dominant. Um, I mean, He took both the Usos out. I mean, the fact of the matter that he could do that. I mean, he is a rising star. That is definitely Solo Sikoa's best backup plan when things get hairy for Solo. So that's obviously he is the X factor right there that helped them get over the hump against Roman Reigns and the Usos. Because if he doesn't have Jacob Fatu, it'll be tougher for him to get the win. But that is exactly what happened to Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns would have been taken out just like Paul Heyman was taken out and right at Crown Jewel. So we would have seen that happen had not Sami Zayn interfered.
All right, so moving on to the second match of the Crown Jewel pay-per-view, we got that fatal four-way women's tag team championship match. Bianca, Belair, and Jade Cargill defending those tag team titles against Damage Control, Metaphor, and Chelsea Green and Pimper Niven. So the champions, they dominated in the early stage of this match before the Metaphor got involved for a clunky stretch of their own offense. Damage Control got their run next before Niven's tagged in and had her turn. Kairi Sane hits the elbow drop from the top rope to Green and Niven on the outside, followed by Io Sky Moonsault, which was absolute amazing. And then Lash Legend launch Jakara Jackson onto everyone outside the ring. Back in the ring, Jade nearly puts Chelsea Green away with Jade before the pin was broken up. A flurry of big move followed with Pimper Nivens accidentally hitting Chelsea Green with a splash. I mean, how dumb can you be to do that? And Bianca hitting the Doomsday device on Nivens to score the win. So yeah, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill survived this fatal four-way tag team match and retained their tag team titles. So Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill surviving, and they retained the tag team titles. So yeah, so I guess I was wrong. It was kind of a risky pick to choose Damage Control, but I really wanted to see Damage Control win the titles as baby faces. But I think Bianca and Jade are probably gonna hold on to the titles till maybe at least WrestleMania. But despite me being wrong, as long as Chelsea Green and Pipper Nivens didn't win the title, thank God. I'm glad Chelsea Green got squashed, but Bianca and Jade retained their titles. So I liked this match. It was great. Canadian Yorker, what are your thoughts on this Women's Tag Team Championship match, Fatal 4-Way? I know you're happy, so
it's a great. Yeah, it's a great pickup win. It's a great win for Bianca and Jade. I mean, they're continuing to be the dominant tag team champions that they are. We're actually seeing more of what their potential is, and that's great to see. I think it's great to see that, to see them continually get another win, and hopefully they'll be able to hold on to the championship at WrestleMania, and we'll see how far they can take it. And I mean, yeah, like I said, the Damage Control is the second best team out there that they are definitely title contenders to be the next tag team championship. But that's Last Legend. Last Legend, we can't count them out as well. You mentioned that they're also a really good team. They also could win the championship. So that's good for them.
all right. So moving on, we got Seth freaking Rollins going one-on-one with the monster Bronson Reed, a one-on-one match. This was an intense match as well. Bronson Reed went right after Rollins battling on the entrance ramp, so they just didn't wait until everyone got into the ring, so they just started brawling at the ramp. And around ringside, Rollins was left with his back bruised up and bleeding. Moments later, and still really early in the match, Bronson Reed hits a tsunami, but missed as he attempted to move again. So the first tsunami he did hit on Seth Rollins, but then the second one he missed. Seth Rollins moved out of the way. It was like, damn, Seth Rollins is a tough motherfucker. And Reed was well in control, and Rollins' comeback attempts fell apart at times where he failed to be able to finish a body slam, allowing Reed to fall back on top of him. So Bronson Reed was a big guy. Rollins managed to counter a powerbomb attempt into a DDT to grab some momentum back. Rollins was able to hit a frog splash, but only drew a 1 count. So this Reed guy just won't stop. You can't do anything on it. Reed came back with a spinning powerbomb for a 2 count moments later. A huge Reed suplex almost didn't manage to finish Rollins. Rollins rolled out of a range of a tsunami attempt and then managed to trip up Reed as he was holding the ring step. Reed hits a stomp on the steps, another in the ring, and then one more from the top of the rope for the win. So 3 stomps on Bronson Reed. That just shows you that's many times that you can hit Bronson Reed to keep him down, but that wasn't enough. Like, Seth Rollins did defeat Bronson Reed. Seth Rollins defeat Bronson Reed by pinfall, but after 3 stomps by Seth Rollins, when Seth Rollins was about to leave, Bronson Reed still came back on his feet, and that just shows you what is Bronson Reed human? Like, that was 3 stomps, and he still gets up. Like, what can you do? But Seth Rollins managed to get the 3 count. Seth Rollins defeats Bronson Reed by pinfall. So this match shows you how strong and how insane Bronson Reed is. But Seth Rollins defeats Bronson Reed, but I don't think this rivalry is far from over. Excuse me. So Canadian Yorker, what are your thoughts on Seth Rollins defeating Bronson Reed?
Well, I think we were both right about this pick.
Yeah, we both picked Seth Rollins.
Yeah, Seth Rollins obviously put his all into the match, and it took him more than one curb stomp to actually take out Bronson Reed. And
and Bronson Reed still stood up after 3 stomps.
But Bronson Reed is like a heavyweight guy. He's heavyweight, and Seth Rollins is not a heavyweight. And I think Bronson Reed weighs more than Seth Rollins does. And so for Seth Rollins to get the win against Bronson Reed is kind of a major win for him, because if he didn't win this match, Bronson Reed would be continually taking out other opponents that he wants to take out, of course. And it's a great win for him. But I was expecting Bronson Reed, after he lost to Seth Rollins, to go after Seth Rollins and attack him again for losing, because Seth Rollins just beat him. And obviously, I don't think Bronson Reed is done with Seth Rollins anytime soon. I definitely think this feud is going to continue. We're going to see this. We're going to see another Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins match again.
All right. So, moving on, we got the next match, and it's the one that determines the new Women's Crown Jewel Championship. We got Nia Jax versus Liv Morgan. So, talking about this match, this was, I wouldn't say it's my favorite match. There was a lot of interference in this match. Could Nia Jax could have won this? Yeah, but talking about this match, Liv Morgan tried to rush Jax, but that was cut off in a hurry with a headbutt. After some power offense from Jax, Morgan started to attack her knee before hitting a title roll DDT for a 2 count. Liv Morgan's offense continued to mostly resolve around capitalizing on Jax's mistakes, such as Jax accidentally ramming her shoulder into the ring post. Nia Jax scores a near fall with a Samoan drop from the second rope. No longer that, Tiffany Stratton hits and she runs and she's ready to cash in. But once again, Jax confronts her with Stratton saying that she promised she was going to cash in at Morgan. And she decides to go back, and Raquel Rodriguez is the one that stops her this time. The distraction allowed Liv Morgan to hit a code breaker for another near fall. As Jax was about to win the match, Dominic Mysterio slides the Money in the Bank briefcase into the ring, distracting the referee and Jax, and allowing Liv Morgan to hit the Oblivion for the win. So Liv Morgan, thanks to the interference by Raquel Rodriguez and Dom, defeats Liv Morgan to become the first ever women's Crown Jewel Championship. Condolence to Liv Morgan. Congratulations to Liv Morgan. It's well deserved despite all the interference. Liv Morgan defeats Nia Jax by pinfall to become the first women's Crown Jewel Championship. And to make things clear, guys, they won't be taking the titles. The titles will be shut. Instead, they'll be receiving like a Super Bowl like ring. So it's a Super Bowl like ring that's Crown Jewel Championship. So that's basically it. So Liv Morgan is the first women's Crown Jewel Championship, beating Nia Jax. So congratulations to Liv. Well deserved. Canadian Yorker, what are your thoughts on this match? And I know you're happy.
Yes, this is a great pickup win for Liv Morgan and a great loss for Nia Jax because now Nia Jax has to defend her title for every single week until WrestleMania, and hopefully she loses it somewhat to someone else. You know, hopefully she loses it. She loses it to someone else out there. So anyways, great pickup win for Liv Morgan to see her get the win. I gotta say I'm sorry to the referee who was handling the match because that referee had his or her hands full because he was dealing with two heels and Tiffany Stratton, Raquel Rodriguez and Dominic Mysterio, like so many outside distractions getting involved in the match. That's just causing problems, and obviously it's heel versus heel, so you can imagine the craziness that's going on. I honestly thought Tiffany Stratton would be cashing in on one of those ladies to get the championship off.
I think they might be saving it for WrestleMania. It's got to be a big stage. Tiffany cashing in at Nia at WrestleMania. Cool. Like that's gonna be a start of a Tiffany Stratton babyface run.
Yeah. It's kind of let's just say it's a little. It was just a little annoying for it to be in the middle of the match when Nia Jax is doing stuff and then Tiffany Stratton just comes in and starts throwing. She's gonna cash in all of a sudden out of nowhere. It's kind of like, what in the world are you doing? Why are you doing this in the middle of the match right now? She could have come out without the briefcase and just kind of helped Nia Jax get the win, but instead she became a major distraction to her, and now Nia Jax is going to be going after. She's not going to trust Tiffany Stratton as she did before. So, that's a loss for her. And I think we're probably going to be getting a preview of future events. Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax in the future.
All right, and I did get this pick wrong. I picked Nia Jax, which unfortunately didn't work out for me. So, and I did say Rhea Ripley could have came, but I guess her injury was that serious. So I guess I was wrong about Rhea Ripley costing Liv Morgan. I guess I can imagine Rhea Ripley. This is what I think is going to happen. I think Rhea Ripley is going to make her return I think Rhea Ripley is going to make her return at the Royal Rumble, win it, and then challenge Liv. I think it's going to set up Liv and Rhea at WrestleMania. That's what I think is going to happen. And then I think Rhea Ripley wins the title back at WrestleMania. That could happen. I mean, we have to see what happens, but
it could very well happen.
Yeah. All right. So moving on. I'm not going to talk too much about it because, like always, this match didn't really happen. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, they basically just started brawling, and the match didn't even start. I just don't understand what the point of this was. I mean, obviously I picked Randy Orton to win and you picked Kevin Owens, but I mean, the match didn't even start, so they had to cut it off because they were just brawling. Adam Pearce got RKO'd by Randy Orton. And yeah, basically it just went into chaos, and I guess the match was canceled. So I wouldn't say that we both were wrong in this pick since the match didn't even start, but I just say that we don't count this as if we got the pick right or not. But yeah, this Kevin Owens and Randy Orton rivalry, I mean, I feel like it's a little suspicious, but I mean, I don't know what you call it at this point, but there's definitely something gonna happen between those two down the road. So I'm interested to see what's gonna happen with Kevin Owens and Randy down the road. Maybe Adam Pearce is gonna make some sort of stipulation match, like a special match, like where they can just beat the shit out of each other, like a last minute standing match, Extreme Rules or whatever, something like that. But before we move on, any
Honestly, that's
thoughts?
what they should have done. That's what they should have done at Crown Jewel. They should have just made it a last man standing match, or like exactly what happened with CM Punk and
Drew.
CM Punk and Drew McIntyre do the same thing. But for some reason this match was canceled. Because there's just too much brawling going between both these guys. They could have just made it like just make it a street fight match at Crown Jewel, and it would have been interesting to see what happens
All right.
if that happened. But
All right, so moving on, we got two more matches left. Moving on, we got a triple threat match for the United States Championship. We got LA Knight versus Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. So LA Knight ran the early action, taking the fight to both challengers. Andrade hits a second rope Spanish fly on Hayes, but Knight was right there to prevent a pin. Andrade followed up with a moonsault from the top of the rope to Knight on the floor, which was an amazing move. Big moves kept coming from all three of these men, including Andrade moonsault body slam on Hayes. Knight hits a double elbow drop on both men as they were covering. Carmelo Hayes hits nothing but net on Knight. After Knight hits a release German suplex on Andrade from the second rope, but Andrade broke the pin. And LA Knight hit the BFT on Hayes as Hayes was trying to hit Andrade with a facebuster. So it looked like a double BFT on Hayes and Andrade, but Knight was able to hit a BFT on Hayes. And LA Knight was able to score the pin to retain his title. LA Knight defeats Andrade and Carmelo Hayes by pinfall to retain his United States Championship. What a match. It was great. We were both... Did I choose someone else? No, I picked LA Knight. We both picked LA Knight. Oh my god. But we picked LA Knight for this one. We were correct. But Canadian Yorker, what are your thoughts on this match? What are your thoughts on LA Knight retaining?
I'd say it's a great pickup win for LA Knight. That he was able to retain his United States Championship against Andrade and Melo. So just to say, I think Andrade would have been another great. Had he won, he would have been a great United States champion because he's been champion before for Carmelo. This will be a pretty good win for him as well. He's still growing. Carmelo is still growing as a personality, so he definitely probably needs some more wins or experience under his belt to get a win. As for LA Knight, man, it's great to see him continue to be the best champion that he can be. And he definitely we have to continue to see him be a great United States champion. So I'm happy for him. It's good. It's good that he's getting these wins and he's defending his title.
All right, moving on. We got the main event of Crown Jewel 2024. We got the men's Crown Jewel Championship. Gunther versus Cody Rhodes in the main event. This was an unbelievable match. So winner gets the inaugurated Crown Jewel Championship, which is the Super Bowl ring for the men's side. Cody Rhodes and Gunther. Cody Rhodes dominated an early stretch, working over Gunther's arm until Gunther was able to wrap up a headlock. Rhodes went for a bionic elbow, but that left him open to eat Gunther's first big chop of the match as Rhodes tried to make a comeback. He was nearly caught in the sleeper before Rhodes escaped. The two spilled outside the ring where Rhodes drove Rhodes into the ring apron and then body slammed him on the floor. That left Rhodes back compromised and he was unable to slam Gunther when his two were back in the ring. Rhodes' back gave out again on another body slam attempt. Gunther continued to work over Rhodes' back. So Rhodes' back didn't look good in this match. Big chops across the back. Rhodes finally managed to hit a body slam without his back giving out. Rhodes continued to fire up, taking the fight to Gunther before finally hitting him with a bionic elbow and a Cody cutter for a near fall. Gunther counters a disaster kick into a Boston Crab and then a sleeper seconds later. Rhodes broke the hold with a jawbreaker. jawbreaker. Jawbreaker, and then the second jawbreaker as Gunther hooked in the sleeper again as Gunther attempts a third scoop or sleeper in a row. Rhodes was able to counter it into a crossroads. Gunther came back with a power bomb, which only had Rhodes count to 2. And man, this was a great match. The two traded strikes until Rhodes hit a second crossroad, but was again unable to secure the pinfall. So Gunther going all in, and I can say this was one of Cody's toughest opponents. Cody went for a super Cody cutter, but was caught in the sleeper once again. And then Rhodes managed to roll back and pin Gunther's shoulders to the mat while still in the hold to score the win. So Rhodes getting the huge win off of with after a counter. So basically, it was he was going for a Cody cutter, then he got caught in a sleeper, but then Cody Rhodes managed to roll back and pin Gunther's shoulder. So it was a little schoolboy pin. And Cody Rhodes gets the win with the counter, and yeah, that's all she wrote. Cody Rhodes is the new Crown Jewel champion, getting the Super Bowl ring, sort of like thing. Cody Rhodes defeating Gunther by pinfall. What a win for Cody Rhodes. And we both picked Cody Rhodes in this one. And after the match, Gunther shook hands with Cody Rhodes after the match, accepting the loss with respect. This was a great match, and man, Gunther showing the respect to Cody Rhodes was great to see, because usually Gunther would just attack his opponent after the match, but I mean, Cody Rhodes is a legend, why not? I mean, but Cody Rhodes defeats Gunther. Triple H is there. He was there earlier to present Liv Morgan with the championship, and now he is here. Triple H is in the ring to present Cody Rhodes with the Crown Jewel Championship. And at the end of the show, both Liv Morgan and Cody Rhodes are in the ring together celebrating, and they shake hands. We rarely see Liv Morgan and Cody together, so that's great to see Liv and Cody together in the ring. Respect to men's wrestling, to women wrestling, Liv and Cody, respect to each other, And there you have it, man. That's Crown Jewel. So what are your thoughts, Canadian Yorker, on this match with Cody Rhodes defeating Gunther?
Oh wow. Like we just we both picked Cody Rhodes to beat Gunther. I mean, it was a tough match. Gunther is a tough champion to beat. Not everybody can beat him one-on-one just like that. I mean, but for Cody to actually, pull off a win against Gunther is impressive. Because Cody has definitely been prepared for that, because he's faced Roman Reigns, he's faced off against Brock Lesnar, and definitely he's faced off against his fair share of opponents. So Cody definitely knows what it takes to overcome an opponent that's better than you, and definitely outworked Gunther. For sure, and that's definitely a given. So, and I gotta say, big props to Gunther for actually paying his respects to Cody for getting the win against him, because Cody, he thought that. I think he.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say. I was just gonna say. I think Gunther may have slightly underestimated Cody, in my own opinion. I do think he did underestimate him a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's like I want to see what Gunther's like as a babyface. I mean, that's one thing,
don't
but
get
like
us started. Don't get us started.
that's one thing for Gunther to show respect to Cody Rhodes, who's a face. I mean, what can you do? I mean, we've seen a lot of, we've seen some heels show respect to faces, and then after that they turn into a babyface. But Gunther, I mean, he could be a tweener, maybe, and then a face, but we have to see. But the only time I can see Gunther becoming a face if Ludwig Kaiser turns on him. So Ludwig Kaiser turns on Gunther, that will turn Gunther into a face, but it won't necessarily mean that, because we saw Ludwig Kaiser turn on Giovanni Vinci a couple months ago. But Gianni Vinci is still a heel. He returned still as a heel on SmackDown, so I'm not quite sure. So,
I don't know either. I don't know either. I do
but
think. I mean, I like
if I
personally.
see
I like
Gunther
Gunther as a
ever
face.
turning
I mean, as a face.
babyface, Ludwig Kaiser turning on him is the best storyline. I feel like that could be the case, and I'd love to see a feud between Ludwig Kaiser and Gunther. Maybe Gunther becoming the face, Ludwig Kaiser the heel. We have to see, but it'll be interesting. Like I said, it'll be interesting to see Gunther as a babyface.
Yeah, it will be. It will be interesting to see when that finally does happen. It
But
will be
then people
interesting
are
to
gonna be
see
like,
how
"Oh,
Gunther will
Gunther
be.
is better as a heel than a face." Blah 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 blah.
He is better as a heel because he's more authentic, and he delivers way more better promos as a heel than he does as a face. That's just my opinion. And I was just gonna go back to Cody Rhodes shaking hands with Liv Morgan. Yeah, I mean that, like you said, that's probably one of the first times well, not the first time, but it is rare to see Liv Morgan be with Cody Rhodes right there, of course,
How
and
it's like,
that is rare to see.
it's like how iconic would it be if Nia Jax won? Because if you guys don't know, Cody Rhodes and Nia Jax are actually really good friends outside of WWE. They actually are really good friends. So imagine if it was Nia Jax and Cody together.
Oh wow, bro.
Imagine if it was Gunther and Nia.
Ah man, that would have been interesting if Gunther and Nia were the champions. That then they would be holding onto this championship for
Yeah,
a
I'm
long
just saying,
time.
what if
You
it
know,
was Nia and Cody because they're actually really really good friends. Like if you had a men wrestler and a women's wrestler, I mean Cody and Nia are actually really good friends. So
yeah. Yeah, I was also gonna say for Dominic, how does Dominic feel about Cody Rhodes being there with Liv Morgan? 'Cause Dominic Mysterio is probably going to want to get a shot at the championship, the WWE championship.
no,
We'll probably
never,
see
never,
that
never,
happen.
never, never. But
I
anyways,
could
Crown
see that
Jewel was
happen.
awesome. Yeah, Crown Jewel was awesome. Yeah, I really enjoyed Crown Jewel. I think it was an amazing show, despite me not watching it. I watched some of the highlights, but I knew most of the stuff that went down in the matches. So yeah, I really like Crown Jewel. I mean, like many people saying that this Crown Jewel championship is lame. It's like it doesn't make sense, but I mean, it is what it is. It's really created by Triple H, and I don't mind the Crown Jewel Championship. I mean, they just get the ring. That's pretty much it, and they can wear as much as they want. Um, in terms of grading of this pay per view, I give this show a plain A. I give this show a plain A. So how about you?
I'll give it an A as well. It's a great show, and it's a lot of great things that happen. So I can't wait to see what the next pay per view will be like, and we'll see many more to come.
Yeah. So next pay per view is Survivor Series War Games. I can't wait for that. Oh my god! Especially with the whole Bloodline going on. I think it's gonna be Bloodline versus Bloodline. OG Bloodline versus the Bloodline. We have to see. I can't wait to see what the women's World Games is. Maybe Rhea Ripley actually comes back before Survivor Series War Games. We get Team Liv versus Team Rhea. We could possibly do that. I mean, we could possibly see Team Liv, Team Rhea. But the question is, who wants to team with Rhea since there's kind of history there, But we have to see what happens. But anyways, that would do it for Crown Jewel. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Bruin Steele. This is Canadian Yorker. If you haven't done so, check out Canadian Yorker's YouTube channel. Link will be in the description, as well as our WWE Wrestling Bros channel, or wrestling channel. That link will also be in the description of this video. And that will do it, guys. We'll see you guys in the next broadcast, hopefully. Both of us have been pretty busy, and most of the times Canadian Yorker's been busy. So we should be both available for a broadcast Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not quite sure. But we'll let you guys know and see what the deal is. But the Monday Night Raw actually happened today, so it's actually in Saudi Arabia. So I pretty much know what happened in the Monday Night Raw. So it was pre-taped in Saudi Arabia, so it already finished. So but they're gonna show it tomorrow night, and yeah. But my name is Bruin Still, this Canadian Yorker. Enjoy the rest of your night, guys. See you later. Peace.
See you later.
Good night, guys.